Oh,
That's lunch money.
yeah.
Okay, you're not schmandy pants. You're clearly gonna have to pay money. That's crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Bluntly, yeah, no, I think I developed a bit of a style. I think you would be able to tell me better than I would. I think it's kind of based on how I talk, and the voice I use when I speak, or the sentence structure I use when I speak. But it's just turned up a notch. It's just a matter of being desperate to get people's attention right away, and trying to not waste people's time and to keep them reading. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't write in that style, and there's a lot of people at the New Yorker who kind of write in a style of like, I'm your uncle that knows everything about cod, and if you want to hear about cod, sit down and I'm going to slowly tell you. And I've never had either enough expertise or enough confidence to do that. I always feel like I need to keep people's attention.
So I'm curious, how was working with Martha Stewart?
I was working at Martha Stewart. That was my first job out of college. I mean, it was my first job, so you're kind of just excited to have a job, and they put me up at a Days Inn hotel in Connecticut, and they gave me like per diem money for dinner every night. So it was all, and I was, she was sort of famous, and I was working for her. I was just scared. I was young and scared, and she was scary, and she fired me after like 6 weeks, and then she offered the job. She was going to give the job to like her best friend. That was the writer for her TV show, but I didn't know what I was doing. I should have been fired. And so, so she was going to give it to her friend, but she didn't check with her friend to see if her friend wanted it, and her friend didn't want it. They had to rehire me 12 hours later, and I was just so depressed to be fired from my first job after 6 weeks. So,
hired and then go back, or were you fired?
Oh, I took the job right back. I was like, there's a moment of pride where I'm like, I'm not going to take that back, and then I was like, of course I am. And then I tried to approach her to like talk to her about why she fired me. I mean, she didn't do it. She had like the producer of the show do it. So I approached her, and she's really charming when she wants something. She kind of like, and I'm not very confrontational, so she avoided the subject. I never talked to her about it. Then she went to jail.
So where do you get your ideas from? Is it just from like you being annoyed at stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I think I've been writing a version of this column since I was 19. I've been writing stuff like this since I was in high school. So you just kind of learn how to tap into your weekly thoughts or other people's weekly thoughts or things you read. I do scour a lot for stories, especially when it's getting tight. But then I always keep a list of backup ideas that if things get really bad, I have my stuff in on Sunday nights. If things are really bad about like Sunday at like 7 or 8 p.m., I go to that list, and I hope not to use stuff, but I do. And a lot of the stuff I work on is like long-term projects, like the way to put it. But if I have an idea that's going to take some time, like I just finished this thing where I got my quote on a Starbucks cup, and that took months, and I'm hoping to not use that until it comes out in June. But like that kind of thing, I'm always working on stuff. Both of you. Let's hear it. Are you familiar with any of the cartoonists? And do you know if it takes them a while to come up with such witty ideas? A friend of mine from college who lives across the street from me is this guy Alex Gregory, who writes sitcoms and stuff, and he writes every week. He does this New Yorker cartoon, which is a really hard job. They have to submit like 10 every week, and then either one or none get in every week.